What's good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing Annabelle Comes Home, directed by Gary Dauberman and starring McKenna Grace and Madison Iseman. This is the next movie in the Conjuring universe. I think it's about the 8th movie or so. It's the 3rd standalone Annabelle movie. So the beginning of the movie is the only time we're really going to see Ed and Lorraine Warren, who, if you follow the Conjuring universe, they're like the main characters. They're the paranormal investigators. This is the only time we're going to see them. They are taking in Annabelle from the people that had her. She was haunting, messing around with them. They call the Warrens. They're taking her in. But while they're driving back home, car breaks down, naturally caused by the doll's negative energy. And then while this is happening, it's basically established that Annabelle is a beacon for negative spiritual energy. Wherever she is, if there's any spirits around, she's going to be able to bring them out in a very mean way. She gets taken back to the house. She's put in the case. The case is like blessed or whatever. And then she's locked away. Positively do not touch. If you've seen the other movies, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Right after this, we get introduced to Judy, who is the Warrens' daughter. Now, she also has capabilities of seeing ghosts, just like her mom. Where Ed cannot, Lorraine can, and now also the daughter can. And now I don't know if that's also true in reality, because this is based off real investigation, so I don't know if Judy was able to do that in reality, in our world, or if it's just part of the movie. Either way, in the movie, she can see the ghosts. We get introduced to her and then her babysitter, which is played by Madison Iseman, my bad. So she played, and her name is Mary Ellen. You can tell they got a good rapport with her. They trust her in the house, zabba zabba. Now, right in the beginning of right after that part where Annabelle gets locked up, we find out that, okay, the town, and it's been put in the paper that the Warrens are ghost hunters. So they're outed, kind of. Now, Daniela is Mary Ellen's friend. So these are the 3 main characters we're going to focus on: Mary Ellen, Daniela, and Judy. Daniela has suffered a traumatic event in her life, lost someone close to her, so she's curious about the paranormal at this time. She wants to speak to the person she lost. She wants to contact them, and finding out her best friend is going to be babysitting the daughter of the Warrens, she naturally sneaks into the house while she's babysitting. Not sneaks in, but she kind of barges in. And naturally, the 2 people, Judy and the babysitter, they go away. And of course, horror movie tropes ensue. Daniela goes into the occult room. This is where the Warrens store all of their relics. Anything that's been demonized, that's been possessed, that's been used in a spiritual ritual is kept in there. It says on the door, do not touch anything. What does Daniela do? Touches everything. Coins, a wedding dress, an armored suit, everything. And then naturally she runs across Annabelle, which is the big, the grand prize of the room. And she runs into Annabelle and can't open the case. She's curious about her, and then she tries to speak to the spirits in the room and give me a sign, this or that. And then she's leaving after she gets no response. And then she hears something. Annabelle fell straight forward against the glass. She hears that. So now she wants to open up the case. So she's like, is this my parents talking to me that died? What's going on? Are they communicating with me? So she goes to find the key to open the case. She, of course, does that by snooping around some more. She's very nosy. And opens up the case. Now, while this is happening, she's supposed to be watching the oven, because there's a birthday cake cooking. It's Judy's, or baking. It's Judy's birthday. So the fire alarm starts to go off after the cake is over cooking. She puts Annabelle back in the case, doesn't lock it, and we all know what's about to happen now. Annabelle falls forward, opens up the case, she's out, everything else ensues. Now, as we know, established early on, she's a beacon for negative spirits, and there is nothing but negative spirits in this room. So everything that Daniela touched is now spiritually present in the house. The wedding dress, there's a woman walking around in the wedding dress. Now, this wedding dress, we learn, anyone who has it on gets very violent. There's something we get introduced to called the ferryman, where when you die, you have to pass by him or he'll take your soul. I think that's going to be the next spin-off. I don't know. That's just something they kind of talked about infrequently during the movie that I think that they will go back to. But anyway, what basically happens is there is these spirits walking throughout the house. They're haunting. They're doing all the things that they do in these movies. So I'm going to go right into a big thing that I don't like about this movie and the other Conjuring movies. What happened is they kind of became like the MCU. They know how to make a good movie within their universe. They do all the tropes they do, and that's what they did, and they pump out the product. Now in the MCU, it's fun. Some of the humor is fun. You know, it's predictable. It's a superhero movie. Of course, superheroes are going to win. Whatever. But in a horror movie, I want some suspense. I don't want to keep seeing things I've seen in your previous 6 or 7 movies. It worked in the first one, kind of worked in the second one. Now it's tired. Now I'm over it. Get to some new stuff. So I'm going to talk about some of those tropes. One being, anytime there is a possession, and yes, there is one in this movie, and the person that's possessed gets a hold of the wedding dress, and of course chaos ensues with that. But it's when the spirit is possessing the person, they have this black oil, blood, whatever, spitting into the person they're possessing's mouth. It's happened in almost all the Conjuring movies. I'm tired of it. Now the other thing I'm tired of is when these characters are just doing regular activities, they're watching TV, they're playing a game, having a cup of coffee, having dinner, and all of a sudden there's knock, knock, knock on the door, or the doorbell rings, go the door, no one's there. They open the door, there's a spirit outside, it's talking, like there's nothing there. That's another one I'm burnt out from. Also related to that, the camera's focusing on the character in the room, there's nothing behind them, you see what the character's looking at, TV, piece of paper, picture, whatever it may be, and then it goes back, and there's a spirit behind them, they look behind them, somehow they feel the energy, and then the spirit's gone. I'm getting tired of that one as well. All very predictable. There weren't too many jump scares in this one. There was one. But still, I'm just getting burnt out from those. These movies they're just like, it's like pop horror almost. And I'm a horror fan. Horror and comedy are my 2 favorite genres. So I'm starting to get bored with these movies, although they're fun to watch, but I don't get remotely scared anymore. The first Conjuring movie was very effective. Now, not really at all. Now McKenna Grace, who played the daughter Judy, she did a very good job. Annabelle is following her around the house. She's very aware of the spiritual world because she pays attention to it with her parents. And go figure, this is her birthday, and this is a terrible thing. Got all these spirits going on. It's your birthday. You just want to enjoy your birthday like a regular kid, but she's not a regular kid. So one of the characters gets possessed. She's going after the other two, and naturally they get her unpossessed. They have to find Annabelle. They have to get her back in the case. That happens. You know, all those tropes I mentioned are mixed in between. There's characters walking by windows. There's doors opening, closing, the creaking. All that is in like the end of the second act, third act of the movie. And I see it all coming. I'm sitting there chilling. I'm actually in the movie theater, and there is probably about, I think like they had to be 10 years old, and they didn't even seem remotely affected by this stuff. I mean, it worked, like I said, worked when they first did it. It's not working anymore. And another thing these movies do, they always tie up nice, neat, and in a bow, which I don't always mind. You kind of need that in horror. You need a glimpse of light at the end of the tunnel. But every once in a while, give me a little ambiguity. Give me something we don't know what's going to happen next. But overall, I probably wouldn't recommend going to the theater to see this unless you're a fan of the Conjuring universe. I would definitely go see it if you have an afternoon, matinee, or if you only time to go is in the evening, go check it out. If you're a horror fan, it's give or take. Probably can wait till it comes out on streaming service. You're not really missing anything big. But yeah, not my favorite. And again, I'm kind of burnt out from the Conjuring universe and all their tropes. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you've already seen the movie, did you like it? I didn't, obviously, as you can tell. It was just kind of okay to me. Do you like the Conjuring universe? Do you want to see more spin-offs of other investigations that the Warrens have done? You know, let me know. I'm kind of burnt out, and I feel like saw a couple people's reviews, and I think everybody else is kind of burnt out from these movies as well. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if there's any movies that you'd like me to review. I got a couple more coming this week, new and old. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of throwbacks. But thank y'all for joining me today to hear my thoughts on this movie. Y'all take care. Be well. Thank you for your time.